It's honk shoe me time for Chris right now. Look at him.
Don't tell me he's about to start honk shoeing on that me.
I honk on my shoe till I me.
She honk on my shoe till I me.
That's great.
Classic, dude. Jonathan, you can like shove like a bumbled sentence into him and he would come out with one of those jokes and it would be perfect. It's like perfect every time.
Well, it's perfectly terrible like 80% of the time, but every once in a while it's like, oh, that's actually fire.
It's just all about going, dude.
You can't stop though. You have to, if you have to do it every time or else it,
Yeah. It's funny because like sometimes you'll text me some and you'll like send them and then send another one that's like changed a word, changed around a little bit. I realized
it was better.
So funny. Oh god.
You know what I haven't done in a while is the format of like everybody wants this but nobody will, and then like the most jumbled sentence of nothing to try to fit in the words of what everybody wants.
Let's see if I can find.
Are you looking for everybody wants Xbox Series X?
No, I'm looking for some of the ones that you've said in our text messages.
Just scrolling on your
She said she spread wide till I dust in her, and then you said she spread on my wide till I dust.
Yeah. What?
What does that even mean?
We were talking about,
what was that in reference to?
Dust storms.
Oh, laughing at my own bullshit.
I sent you to prompt that. I say she's in parentheses dust gonna widespread when I'm done with her.
Which was even worse.
It's just way worse.
I found the OG, which is everybody wants Xbox Series X, to which you say don't do it. And I say, but won't make amends with their ex who still has their box of stuff. P.S. She's watching a new TV series on Fox.
Oh fuck. She level on my 3 till I'm charged.
Because of level 3 chargers.
Oh fuck. She Darude on my sand till I storm.
Terrible. I hate it.
It's just because you hate Sandstorm.
Dude.
She Bower on my Wilkins till I 3D surround.
Nobody's even gonna understand that one at all.
But if you do, it's pretty funny.
Fuck, dude.
That is kind of funny. But nobody knows what Bower Wilkins is.
There, I found a she honk on my shoe till I me one in there.
Yeah, there it is.
Definitely.
Oh my god.
She winging on my joints till I stop.
Wait, what does that mean?
I have no idea.
Oh, Wingstop.
Yeah. Because
I must have been talking about how them joints are crazy or something.
What you said after that is really funny.
Oh god, dude.
She rocking on my Johnson till I Dwayne.
Pretty good.
Oh fuck, dude.
Call her Dwayne. The way she rocked on my Johnson is better.
Oh. Let me see. Oh. Hologram's got to load. 5, 4, 3. It's not loading. It's over. Well, Chris, since you're the intro guy, do you want to bring us in to this lovely production for our listeners?
Yeah, welcome back to the production for the listeners. I'm the intro guy. We're here, 3 guys, to talk about it. Today's episode, we're definitely talking about stuff. My name is Chris. I'm here with CJ.
And John Paradise.
Hello. No, CJ, say hello.
Oh, hello.
And John Paradise, aka Normal Proportions But Blocks. Say hello.
Nice.
Hello.
And we're back at it again, baby. Episode 6.
We are back for the 6th episode this week, so that's pretty good of us to be on our grind. Rise and grind, baby. Aha, back at it again. We're talking about it all this week, and we'll be trying our best to make it 1.2 million beers today. So, gives you a pretty good indication of what to expect this week.
Yeah, some great content coming up, just as that saying says.
I don't think anything in that saying said anything about great content, but
No, except maybe episode this sixth episode is okay. That's the content.
should we jump straight into it, or should we? What do you guys been up to
Let's
today?
just jump into it. Yeah, what have we been up to today?
I worked for
Life's just
10
one big
hours
delivery.
today.
Like 10 hours today, Chris?
Yeah.
How many
10.
hours today?
10 hours for me as well. Just one big delivery is my life, as they say.
Yeah, I had a pretty similar day, so yeah, I worked about 10 hours.
Yeah.
Great, man.
Yeah. I put in about 10 hours today, so I think we'll leave it at that.
That makes sense. That makes sense for your job.
Yeah.
Usually, those words like I decided to go home early today, or like I took a half day today, or there's nothing going on so I went home, floats around.
Not today. No, not today.
Definitely not today.
Today I was at the post office.
For work or for pleasure?
For work. But it was not for pleasure either. It was because I had to get a small flat rate priority box.
Dude, I love small flat.
So I walked in and
boxes.
grabbed like 6 of them and walked out.
That sounds pretty pleasurable to me.
What's pleasurable about that?
What do you mean? What's not pleasurable about getting 6 flat rate priority boxes?
What are you doing with the flat rate priority?
Yeah,
boxes?
think about all the stuff you could send.
I know, that's why I got them. It's because I sold like 200 cards to like a website, and I had to like pack them up and ship them in. But they gave me like $103 or $105, so it's not too bad.
Sick, actually.
Yeah.
How did you have like a bunch of them listed? Like listed as
No,
200?
so this website has like a buy list of like cards that they're looking for. So if you have them, they'll pay you like not quite all the way market value, but like close to market value so that they can still make money. But I also don't have to go through the effort of selling them myself.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
That's actually really nice.
So I've been doing that when I have like extra stuff to get rid of. So just making a little extra money to pocket or to
hopefully spending on more packs.
Well, the best thing about this website for me is that if you take web credit for their website, they give you 25% bonus. So
like 25% towards extra packs.
Yeah, like extra stuff from their website.
Wow.
So I can just get stuff that I want in exchange for stuff that I don't want, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I do like.
So that's why I was at the post office today. So it wasn't work and it wasn't pleasure. It was something I had to do because they need my package or they're going to cancel the order.
I think that is pretty pleasurable because you're getting money out of it.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of it. I was trying to think of a joke, but I couldn't think of one off of that.
You went pretty in on that. The thought.
Yeah, I did. I really like my brain paused for like a split second so that I could think about that.
You were trying to have content brain.
I always have content brain. Normal proportions, but brain, they call me.
Also, your nickname high school. Fuck, your high school. You fuck. Your nickname in high school.
I said something terrible, and then you botched it.
What's the most content brain thought you had today?
The most content brain thought I had today. You're just creating dead air. Probably when I was thinking about how this song that I'm making will be another like good song for the EP we want to do, and then I was like, well, I gotta have like more ideas so that we can flesh out the EP. Like I need more content for the EP. So I don't know. That's not really even that content brain, but as far as the thought I had today, that's probably it.
Okay, then Chris, what was your biggest content brain moment today?
My biggest content brain moment was me panicking at how little time I have this week to edit all of the content that we have.
So you're
and that's all that I thought about all day.
Oh. Well, I guess when you don't have service for 5 hours.
Dude, shout out Apple for real.
Dude,
they're doing you in for it this round.
We're gonna have the PS5 guys and the Apple guys coming at us now.
Yes. Shout out the Apple guys.
Tim Apple and such.
Yeah, Tim Apple and such.
Tim Apple and what's his name? Bill Microsoft.
Bill Microsoft.
Call her Bill the way she make my Microsoft.
Talking about weird things that people like.
What's a weird thing? Did you freeze? Are you frozen?
No, I'm not frozen.
Oh, you were so still. Holy shit.
I was gonna talk about the McLaren.
Yeah, dude, I knew you were gonna say that.
Because it's weird that people like the McLarens.
Yes. You got it. You got on.
Yeah, McLaren W1, P1. 10 years later, they finally do another one.
They're gonna rip us apart for saying McLarens are weird.
I don't think McLarens are inherently weird. I just think like.
But here's the thing: is we have hands-on experience with McLarens.
From 12C to 720S, actually to 600 LT, even later we have experience.
Yeah.
So not like brand new, but pretty new.
Yeah, for context, we used to work at a dealership and we've driven a number of McLarens, and I'll tell you what, brother, I have not enjoyed my time with those cars.
we like the 600 LT.
Okay,
we both enjoyed
the 600 LT is by far the best McLaren that I've driven
because it's the most fun.
It was fun, but dude, the 720S is one of the worst built cars I've ever been in, man. It is so fast, but it is not fun to drive. And every single time I have driven one, it has had battery issues, and the car either dies, or the doors don't open, or the windows won't go down, or just something stupid because they built the car so poorly.
We have to tell the story about the time you had to drive it back from downtown in limp mode. Bro. Because you chose to drive the Ferrari on the way there, so you had to drive the McLaren back, and it was
well, obviously we agreed, like, we'll switch,
we didn't,
right? Which makes sense. So we took a Ferrari F12 and a McLaren 720S downtown to an event from this dealership, and it was fine on the way there, and then the cars just sat there for like 8 hours
Actually, it was good. It was fun on the way there. We stopped and took pictures.
It was fine. But then the cars sat in a parking garage for like 8 hours, turned off. We had the keys, so nobody could like open the doors to like kill the battery. And then we go to leave. Once we're picking up the cars, I turned on the 720S. Yeah, dude, I turned on the McLaren and put the lift up, and then I got a battery warning. Because I had to put the lift up
to pull out of the garage.
To get out of the garage so it wouldn't scrape. And then I got a battery warning, and then the lift would not go back down because the battery was too low.
Didn't the wing get stuck or something too?
Like, the whole car got just stuck in like the lift mode. So it limited itself at 20 miles per hour because you can't drive faster than that with the lift up.
So I'm in a Ferrari F12, like flying down the road, and this dude calls me and he's like, dude, I can't move. Like, I can't go anywhere. So I like get off of the road I was on and park in like, it was like some random ass dive bar
Dude,
in the
it was
middle
so
of
sketchy.
nowhere.
We were driving for 20 minutes. It was like a 20-minute drive back if we took the highway, but we couldn't take the highway because the car was only going 20 miles per hour since the lift wouldn't go down. And we were driving for like 25-30 minutes on like sketchy back roads to try to get back, and then we stopped in some parking lot because I was like, fuck it, man, I can't do this.
Yeah.
It was going to take us like another 40 minutes, and I was like, I'm just going to turn the car off and hopefully it starts again. And then guess what, baby? I turned the car off and the battery lets me put the lift down.
But hadn't you already tried that and it didn't work?
Yeah.
So it just worked this time.
Dude, I don't know.
So yeah,
man.
just, I mean, that's anecdotal. Like, obviously our experience with McLaren doesn't invalidate the car entirely, but the experiences that we've had have not been positive for the most part.
Yes, just always issues, engine issues, battery issues.
The electrical systems are so bad.
Yeah, I mean, we know people who have like hypercars from McLaren, and one of them had a limited edition. I won't say which one. But they sent it to McLaren because it was broken, and McLaren's head engineer happened to be at that dealership they sent it to, visiting the shop, and didn't know what was wrong with the car.
Oh my god, I did not know that.
I think I know which one you're talking about. I think I know which one you're talking about. Oh yeah, dude, that car's... All of these like weird one-off McLaren hypercars are so...
1 to 10.
Yeah, not one off, but like the really limited ones are so weird. Like, who cares about that car?
Okay, the Speedtail was... I think the Speedtail was cool, but it's like...
I don't, but I think it's ugly.
But it took me seeing it in person to think the Speedtail was cool.
It's
like,
cool
pictures,
for what it accomplishes.
Pictures don't do it justice. Like,
no,
at all. There's not a single picture from either the interior or the exterior like that you can look at that does that car justice. Like, it's just so like it just like looks great in person. But who the hell would buy it? Who the hell would buy that?
People that have $1 billion and it doesn't matter.
Like, you don't have it's just a show car. Like, it's like a Vulcan. Like, except I would buy the Vulcan.
The Vulcan is sick.
Except I would buy the Vulcan.
Awesome.
But like
yeah, and the new Aston, the Valkyrie, is also so sick.
I would absolutely buy one of those if I had the money too.
Yeah.
Okay, bad example.
No, I don't inherently hate McLarens. I think that their designs are pretty cool for the most part. A lot of their cars looked really good.
The P1 is still one of the best looking cars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it looks
for
phenomenal.
Sure.
And like the
Senna
675.
It's just so hard for me to like get behind McLaren after my personal experiences with them. It's like to the point where if I ever had money like that, I would not buy a McLaren, I don't think, because I wouldn't want to deal with the service issues.
But like, you don't have those.
It's also just not as fun.
You don't have
they don't
issues
feel
with
as
Lamborghini.
Like,
no, every Huracan I've ever driven has never had an issue.
Yeah, not a single. Well, I've driven one Lamborghini.
Wait, that Gallardo, the orange one.
Gallardo that I got lucky and I didn't have to drive it from anywhere far, but it did take me 30 minutes to get it across the lot.
Well, to be fair, that was a 2004 with half the cylinders misfiring. No.
Oh, yeah. that one.
The one that I dragged across the lot in a golf cart.
No shit, really?
That's
I have a video. I'll show you.
Oh my god, dude! I got in that car and started. I think I got asked to move it somewhere.
Bro, do you remember like your second day? Somebody threw you the keys to a Huracan and was like, "Can you move this to the other building?"
Yeah.
And you didn't know that this like concrete block was in the lot, and you just like skirted over the block.
I backed over it and I almost ripped the front bumper of the car off. And in somehow not a single person knew about it. I think you were there.
I knew because you told me.
Yeah, I
told you. You came in and you were like, dude.
Bro, I would have panicked second day doing that. I don't think I drove a Lamborghini until like 2 months into that job, or a month in at least.
I did not know that concrete block was there. because it was, you know, an old.
Because why would it be?
It was
It's
an old
fucking
dealership. It was like it was the sign for the dealership that was there before.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Oh, in the corner of the
it's
lot
but it's
by
like
the
in the
front building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
right, the building that's right on that
Dude.
curve right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like
Chris
a yellow
knows that
Huracan.
building well.
It was a yellow Huracan, black rims, like carbon fiber skirts, like all around. And I remember hearing it go, and you know, like the sound when like the bumper stretches out, and, like pops back. Yeah. So
I
was
didn't
just
know
like,
it was that bad, dude. Oh.
Imagine.
and I like put it where it needed to go, and then told Jonathan, and then didn't say anything. to
Why
anybody.
would you?
And nobody found out.
The car was fine.
I stalled a 911 manual 911 in a showroom there one time, and it jumped forward and hit a pole.
I remember that. I remember you told me that.
And I backed it up. I was like, I just backed it up and like wiped off the spot with something, and then the car sold the next day, so nobody ever knew about it.
That's fucking amazing.
I mean, you guys know my Bentayga story. Like, mine was.
Yeah.
We've all had situations that were fucked.
Dude. Shit was so funny.
God.
Oh, dude.
I was doing
my
my
Go
least favorite
ahead.
thing about that is that I was doing Austin a favor by like going downtown with him to help him find something.
Didn't you
Dude,
curb
who
the
was
wheel
I?
or
Was I
something?
with Austin? I had to have been with Austin because I was like there
Wait, what do you mean?
when that, like I was there when that happened, but I just
Oh,
don't.
you
I
drove
was,
separate. You drove separate because I was with you, and Austin called me and he was like, "Hey, I lost my wallet." I don't know why. I don't know why he called me, but he was like, "Can you just come up to help me look for it?" And I was like, "Or, well, edit that out.
yeah, just do a
I'll
still
bleep it. I'll bleep it.
Can you just come up to where we worked and edit that out?" Wait.
Yeah.
And
Oh my god, dude.
sorry.
Austin
Did you
called
just-
you and said,
did you
"Hey, I
just
lost my
that?
wallet. Can you come up to where that were and edit that out?"
I said where we worked. At least I tried to. Anyways, he's like, "Can you come up here and help me look for it?" And I'm like, "Sure." And so CJ and I went up and like looked around. We looked around for probably 20-30 minutes, which is, it's such a weird feeling being at a car dealership at like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody there, pitch black. Didn't find it, obviously. So he's like, "Can we like retrace my steps for the day?" And CJ and I weren't doing anything, so we were like, "Yeah, sure." I was like, "Can we take this car?" And Austin was like, "Yeah, whatever." So we take a Bentayga Onyx edition.
Dude, it was one of the best looking Bentegas I've ever seen in my
Yeah,
life.
absolutely
It was like fucking
flawless.
crazy.
Like black 22s, orange interior,
Yeah.
just insane
Oh,
car.
bro, that's
Yeah,
sick.
like just blacked out windows, like the most
Yeah.
metallic black paint you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
That paint, I don't even want to know how
Dude,
much that
you-
paint was.
like even the lights were smoked out, but like from the factory,
Yeah.
like it was just fucking
Yeah, tinted taillights from the factory. So we drive like downtown to where he was hanging out earlier. We're like walking around looking for his wallet, and so I go to park the car and just absolutely demolish one of these wheels on the curb, dude.
Dude.
So
This
that,
was
like,
before I started.
I think so.
Yeah.
Demolished the rim and took a chunk out of the tire. And so I'm just down tremendous. I am like, could not believe what I have done. And meanwhile, I have to get out of the car and go try to help Austin find his fucking wallet, dude.
What ended
And
up happening with that? Didn't it like end
It was
fine?
like at his house or something. Like he just had it the whole
Oh, the
time.
wallet. No, but the car was like that whole thing ended without.
Yeah,
Wait.
because we go back. I take the car back. Then I tell whoever needed to know, and they're like, "Okay, like appreciate you letting us know or whatever." And then they're like, I'll let you know how much it is. And I'm like, "Okay." So I find out it's going to be like $800 to
Oh,
refinish
that's
this
not
wheel.
even bad.
I know, but because they weren't replacing it, they were just refinishing it. If they had to replace it, I think it would have been like $4 or $5 grand.
Easily,
Yeah, for sure.
if
but-
not more, honestly.
They're like, "Yeah, so it'll be like $800," and I'm like, "Fuck!" Like, okay, because I was like, what, 3. Like I didn't just have
making
$800.
$14 an
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah, I didn't have $800 for this. Which is all the more reason we shouldn't have been driving these cars all the time.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
I just didn't hear anything for a little while, and I went in like the next week, and the car was gone, and I was like, okay, are they like finishing it? Like, are they working on it? And the guy who did some of the auction stuff, he's like, no, I sold it. Like another dealer bought it, and I was like, with the did they know? And he was like, yeah. I was like, so it's gone.
That's
And it was gone, and I didn't have to do
that's
anything.
Nuts, dude. Oh my god.
So it ended up working out, but we all just have like crazy shit that we got away with.
So many stories. That was a fun time.
There were some really fun times for sure.
The whole like company overall was terrible to work for.
Oh,
but
it was awful.
it was such a good time, like in between all that.
Well,
Anyways,
when we got
off
back,
on
sorry.
No,
I was just gonna say
ahead.
when we got back, when we had the Ferrari and the 720S, when we got back, and there was the high school prom or something going, or homecoming or something going.
Day?
Yeah, it was that night.
Oh my god,
It was
dude, that was
there was
terrible.
a homecoming going on at this dealership. They
about
rented it out
that.
for homecoming. Yeah, bro. So
Yeah.
the school rented out one of the buildings for their homecoming. So there was like a DJ and like 300 kids in one of the showrooms.
On the second
And this showroom
floor.
has a basement,
Oh,
and it's
I've
old
heard
as
this part of-
fuck. So
I've
like
heard this.
we had to move a car like back into the building or something.
Under the first, we were on the basement floor, and there was a 570S down there.
Yeah, we had to
And
move it for some reason.
The ceiling was literally
the back of the
bumping
building
up and down.
The back of the building is like flat, so you can drive up into the back.
Yeah.
It's like another showroom underneath it, and then the front of the building is like up to the second floor is a hill. So just
And yeah,
for some context,
like Chris was just saying, but like the floor was like flexing like 6 inches
It was
up
like
and down
literally bumping up and down. It
as
looked
these
like it was
kids
gonna
were
fall.
jumping. So it's just really funny to go from like a McLaren being in limp mode for 30 minutes to going back to where we work to hang out at a high school homecoming at age like 23, because we had to be there because nobody else
Yeah,
was
all
there.
the other staff had left. For some reason, we were left with the responsibility of like making sure it was fine.
what?
It's our, we can do it.
Yeah,
Did they like ask you to do that?
I think it was just that we got back and
nobody was there.
there was one person there, but they were like, can you like stay here while we figure this out? And we were like, we didn't have anything else to do that night. So
Yeah.
we were like, I mean, okay, I guess.
Who booked that?
I don't. Oh, I think it was. I'll bleep it, but I think booked it like months and months in advance because he was friends with somebody that like was working at the school or something.
Horrible, dude.
Yeah, awful decision.
Oh god.
Yeah, just another fucking wild thing. It's just so much. I don't
Anyways.
know. We could go on forever, but yeah, we'll get off of that.
Literally, what a crazy tangent. We were going to talk about the McLaren W1, the new
V1
car they just
successor.
announced.
That's the first one announced of the new like Holy Trinity, because Porsche and Ferrari are both doing new ones too.
Oh, are they actually? I was wondering
Yeah.
if they were going to when I saw this, which is actually really sick that we're going to do that again.
I know. I love the first one was so sick. Real quick, favorite. If you guys had to pick one from the first three?
918.
Yeah, the 918 for sure.
Same. All right. Cool.
Not even a question.
Glad we're all on the same page.
Yeah, not even
Like
a
a
question.
fucking like that white Wysek one.
Oof.
That was
Yeah.
in
With the green brakes.
yeah.
Yep. It's
They
over.
had the license plate R. It was really
Yeah.
rare, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, easily.
But yeah, they're both doing new ones too. But yeah, the what was your like reaction when you saw the W1?
It reminds me.
Here it is on the screen, right? I think it looks really good, low key.
It reminds me.
I have
of
some
like,
thoughts.
It reminds me of like a F1. Like it has
Yeah.
like a very similar like body style to it, but it looks a lot better. It's funny. I think like aside from what we've said about McLaren, like their designs have gotten a lot better.
Yeah, definitely.
And
I think the
and
design of this car is gorgeous,
yeah,
honestly.
and especially like with their premium vehicles, like you can tell they really take
Except for
their
the
time.
Solus. That thing is atrocious.
You think this car is atrocious?
No, the Solus. The Solus GT.
Oh yeah, the Solus is awful.
Okay, so here's my take. It looks like a Remock.
A little
I mean,
bit, yeah.
And
see
those
that.
wheels look like the original Aventador launch wheels a little bit. Do you remember those, the black ones?
I feel like
Yeah, but these are
do.
like curved though.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
The curves change it. They make it a little
I
better.
guess
I
it
agree
kind
with
of
that.
does, but these look more modern. But I
Yeah.
kind of see what you mean.
Yeah, they do look more modern. I agree. But I think my first thought when I saw the car was it just looks like every other hypercar right now. And the thing about the P1 is that it was so like
Unique
that's the only car
at
that
the
looks
time.
like that.
Yeah,
And this to me, like, I don't think it looks bad, but it looks like a Remock or like the new Peanut Farina car, or any number of other like hypercars right
Yeah.
now.
I guess
don't
that's a valid point.
I will say that new wing is insane.
I was just
Yeah.
watching the video on that,
Like right
how it
here,
folds, how
how
it
it-
folds in,
Yeah.
like down like that.
to
Yeah,
like be a
that's
built-in
really
long tail.
cool.
Yeah, the seats are really cool too.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just
Do you think this is like the design for every seat, like, or is this just their?
That's
model?
probably
'Cause
just their like launch design. I assume you
don't know,
cannot
it's
get
so
that.
strange.
It's a little. It looks like it's just got
It looks like
snapped.
dirty.
You know what I mean?
To me, it looks
Like
like
Thanos
it's just like
just took them out.
nice.
it getting dusted.
It kind of looks like that.
It looks like it's just like splashed with dirt to me.
Yeah, it does a little bit.
But
Performance wise, it definitely is. There you go. 1258 horsepower.
1258 horsepower.
So I saw
All about.
the 0 to 60 they said was 2.7, which obviously
Yeah,
is
that's
not
what it's-
slow, but the Ferrari SF90 runs a 2-second flat, and it has 300 less horsepower than that. So
It's too heavy then.
2.7. Yeah, that's kind of slow for a hypercar, but I'm
That's
sure
like a
it makes
Aventador
up
speed.
for it.
yeah,
It
I
definitely-
know. Yeah, it's like an F1 car. Like F1 cars aren't super fast to 60, but after 60 they're
Yeah,
way
I'm
faster
sure-
than
I'm
everything
sure
else.
Is way faster than a lot of other cars.
Yeah.
To that
I
point.
mean, it's like not even.
But-
Doesn't even weigh that much.
It's not going to be a benchmark car like the P1 was, I don't think. Like,
I don't either.
I feel like the cars that people are making now are so heavily advanced. It's like you can't really set benchmarks right now.
Well, Koenigsegg and
Bugatti.
Rimac and Bugatti are like so far clear of the rest of the field that it doesn't even
Yeah.
matter. And then you have
Yeah.
like the Apollo IE and like these other crazy cars that are like, if you want to compete numbers wise, there's no point anymore.
I mean,
Like it used to be a race for horsepower, but
At this point, it's just like if you're a legacy buyer, you'll buy it.
yeah.
Yeah. I think that their like whole thing that they're trying to push is aerodynamics. Like every car now is trying to push aerodynamics
Yeah.
more and more and engineering on that front, which I'm sure this car will do very, very well. But
I'm sure.
Did you look at that like little animation that they had on the website about like
Yeah,
the
at the top.
aerodynamics?
yeah,
They use like what they've learned from F1 to apply to this car, which is also I love that hypercars are like using F1 engineering now, which it's so sick.
I mean, that's a good car. It looks good. It's not
I like
like
how it looks. This is my favorite McLaren design that they've come out with in the last couple of years for sure.
yeah, absolutely. It's
It's
not like
probably since the 765 for me.
Yeah, the 765 is sick.
it's not too track car-y like the Senna is.
Yeah, the Senna's too track car looking. But I don't know.
I mean, the Senna looks good, but it like looks like a track.
Yeah.
Like this looks like a McLaren.
Okay.
Like,
Do you guys think that looks like every other McLaren though? Because like to some extent, the 650S, the 570S, and the Artura and the 720S, they all kind of look very similar. To me, this car looks different than those.
I mean,
It does.
it
A little bit.
does. It does for sure, but it also has like, you know, the roof is shaped like every McLaren, like with like a kind of a steep windshield and then like
Okay.
a speed tail back, and like you can definitely see the McLaren design in the front, but like, and like especially if like the side view but of the tail lights like is very McLaren, but otherwise this doesn't look like those three cars you named off.
No.
Like this does look like it looks like a McLaren, but it looks like a new fresh design in their lineup.
Yeah, I definitely see the McLaren inspiration. I understand where you're coming from, where it's like it does look a lot more generic in a sense.
Yeah, I can see that.
But that's also McLarens themselves kind of look generic because they all look like each other. So
What the fuck was that?
no, like they all look like this. All of the McLarens
No.
look very similar.
You're right. Like you buy all three of them, they all look the same. Like unless you know exactly what you're looking
Wait,
for, it might as
what
well
was
be the
so, what
same.
was wrong? I don't even
know.
understand.
I think what my head went to is like, yeah, every 720S looks like every 720S.
No,
of course
like,
it does.
All of them.
Like those three cars look like those three cars. Like you can't differentiate between them quickly.
Yeah, they all
Sorry
look
for being so
similar.
dumb.
No. Like their design language has not been very. Like they've kind of just been
Unique.
doing the same thing. So it's cool that they did something kind of different this time. But in doing something different, they kind of made it look like the rest of the hypercars. So
Yeah, I do see the remock that you're talking about, like with the hood scoop especially.
yeah, the Navara, it just looks like the Navara from the front.
Oh yeah, it does actually. You're right.
But all in all, I mean, I think it's cool. I'm excited to see like what it can actually do when people can
Yeah.
drive it.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it'll look really, really good in person. Hopefully, we get some good specs on it and not boring McLaren specs that McLaren people
Orange.
like to do.
Orange seats, orange,
Dude, people
Black
spec
roof,
McLaren's terrible. Like genuinely.
black rims. Actually, the exacts, there's going to be like 20 of the
30?
exact spec on the website.
Yeah.
Oh, 20 at more than that, bro.
You know what I hope somebody
Are
does
they
is
making-
silver rims, silver interior, silver brakes. I just hope somebody really nails it with the
The
silver.
classy spec, bro. The classy spec.
Do
How
they
many are
have
they
a-
making?
Yeah, I was just about to ask. Do we know?
Let's see if that's public. I don't. It was just announced, so I don't know.
Also, what's the price on this fucking car? It doesn't even matter.
2.1 million. 399 W1s will be built.
399.
It doesn't
yeah.
even matter what the price. It's just
2.1 million USD.
It's like why do they do that? Like they're not a
Why not make it
they're not
for?
Rimac or like
Because people are gonna pay it no matter what. Like nobody cares.
yeah,
What,
but
the price?
make the
Yeah.
car $500,000 and sell
Well, how much was the P1
10,000
when
of
it
them.
came out?
The P1 when
over
it came
the-
out was like 1.1 or something.
Yeah.
I remember the
Dumb
918 was
price,
the
dude.
cheapest. It was like 890 or
900K,
something.
yeah.
Yeah. And now a fucking Revuelto is 900K. Sorry, Revuelto. I've recently learned.
That's honestly insane that is that much.
Well, they're going for. People are selling them used for more than MSRP is.
So is 900K MSRP or is 900K the resale price?
They start at 600. People are selling them for like
Okay.
900
Okay, that makes more sense then.
because it's sold out till 2026. So if you want one,
Nice.
good luck.
Yeah, good thing I have one on order for 2024 of November.
What's your spec?
What do you think it is?
Those were me saying silver 5 times.
Yeah, it's silver on silver on silver on silver on silver.
I don't really care for silver, but I think a silver Revuelto might not look that bad.
Yeah, because it actually has black accents.
Yeah,
built
and the
into
car, the car looks good. And no, but if you
Unlike-
make all those accents silver too,
I mean, you
Dude,
would have
no.
to. It's necessary.
silver accents. So
There's these people at my work who bought a pair. They bought one of those V10 M5s and a Z8 for like, as in a pair for like, I don't know, probably like $400,000 or $300,000 or something.
well,
like
those
that.
those M5s are cheap, but that's a Z8 is insanely expensive.
Yeah, they said they got a good deal on it. I'm kind of just like spitballing whatever it is, but both of
That
them
car's crazy.
both of them are silver and black.
Yes.
The same
Awesome.
silver.
The
Like-
terrible BMW silver from 2008.
From, like, yes, that silver. Both of them are that silver, and they interchange driving them there.
Average price of a Z8 is 210,000.
Yeah, so they probably spent
Average
like
sale.
280 on it.
I mean,
240 or
yeah,
something.
a low mileage V10 M5 is not cheap.
The Z8 drives like fucking butter, though.
Have you
I mean,
driven
it's
Yeah, I've driven it.
Oh, that's cool.
that car is so cool. That's one I would like to
It
drive.
drives like fucking butter.
I would also love to drive a V10 M5 because they sound fucking crazy.
Do they?
What year were those?
did they have-
2008s for the
Huh?
V10? Was
Did
it 2008 they did the V10?
It was the
85?
E60, so it was like 2007 to 2011, I think.
Did they
Okay.
borrow an engine like they did
That's a
for the
BMW
V10
engine.
S6? So they just straight up made a V10 engine and just shoved it in there for
Yep.
a generation.
Yeah.
They wouldn't dare do anything like that again.
No,
Nobody
no.
makes V10s anymore, man.
But just like sucks so bad.
Yeah. I don't know. If the Temerario had a V10, bro, imagine if it was a V10 hybrid, dude.
Yeah, that would
should
be.
be.
They could have. It should be. It 100%
It should be.
A twin turbo V8's like cool, but I feel like
At least it's not a V6.
yeah, but I feel like they just kind of like put like a bunch of bubble wrap around that car now.
But imagine if though they put the fucking Audi 2.9 V6 in it and like that would be so bad.
No, well, why would they wouldn't put a V6 in it? They should put a V10 hybrid in it. Like
Yeah.
make that your Lamborghini.
Yeah, they definitely could, but now I don't know. They had to downsize one of them and they didn't want to get rid of the V12, so
They didn't have to downsize one of them.
they had to for emissions like in Europe to meet like their overall lineups regulations. They had
That's
to.
So stupid.
Yeah. I don't know.
They could have. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Thanks. You're up. Appreciate it. Thanks for changing the car I'll never afford. Purchase.
Yeah, fuck you guys. If this is you
Really
listening in
affects
Europe,
me.
dude.
Emissions on Lamborghinis, like here in America, we love our emissions. We love emitting.
Give me a car that adds coal like stacks to roll coal, please. Let me emit more stuff.
Oh god.
Smokestack my Kia.
She smoke on my stack to like Kia.
No.
Oh yes.
No.
Yes. I think you just killed Chris.
God.
I was waiting for it to come back.
Call
up
her
in the
Kia the
episode.
way she smoked. All right, that's enough from me for now.
Oh my god, dude.
Jesus Christ, man.
Fuck. Chris, you want to read your article or do we want to talk about Halo?
What article?
It says, "Hi, don't read this article. Thanks, Chris. Smiley face.
Yeah,
I
we
wanna
can. We
give-
can.
I want to get your live action, so please reframe."
Yeah, we can look
Reframe,
at
not
this.
refrain, reframe.
This will be real quick, and then we'll definitely talk about the Halo stuff because there's a lot of big Halo news.
It's about
Um,
time.
So I'll just show you guys this headline here. Are you ready for this? This
Let's
is about
see
our
it.
favorite company, Fisker. Fisker tells owners they'll have to pay for labor and recall repairs.
No, they're like became a company and then they're like not a company anymore?
So
Or is it
federal
just-
law says that they
So
have to, the automaker has to pay for the remedy.
So
But
it's for,
if they're no longer an automaker, does law still apply?
that's a good question. It's for their Ocean SUV, which I have never seen one of these driving. I don't know if you guys have.
I have seen
I have
a-
seen a
lot
ton
of them.
dude.
Really?
Too many of them.
That's
There was one time I
crazy.
saw like 3 in one day.
Here's a hot take. I actually think the car is. I don't hate the car
It's
inherently.
It's ugly, dude. It's kind of ugly. I did
So-
see one that was silver, and that was exceptionally ugly. I saw a red one that was
5
better.
Dude, only
5
5 recalls. It's
recalls?
only 5 recalls.
outstanding recalls. That's crazy. And so it's loss of drive power, incorrectly displayed warning lights, braking issues.
I mean, lots of drive power is not too big of a
so
deal.
wait, no, it says Fisker said it would address 3 of the recalls with a software update.
2 of them are gonna be fine though.
2 of them. Well, what's crazy in here too is, look at this, right? It will provide parts for the vehicle affected by 2 hardware recalls, but will not pay for the parts to be installed. Fisker had originally said that owners would have to pay for labor, but then backtracked. Then it would, saying it would cover the full cost. Less than a week later, though, the company reverted back to its original stance.
Funding for labor
They-
costs is not currently available.
They said they would do it, backtracked on it, and then was like, actually, we're gonna go with what we said the first time. That you guys
Okay.
can't pay for it or have to pay for it.
If somebody lets this guy make a third car company,
Dude.
they should be thrown in jail because he tried like 15 years ago, failed. He tried again, failed worse than the first time. Because the Fisker Karma was his company too. It's the same company.
Yes. Yeah.
Not the same company, but he started the company.
Right.
Which is even funnier because Karma now is its own company.
Yeah,
That is
and their
completely
car is
separate.
sick.
It's awesome. Nobody ever will drive them and nobody buys them, but it's really cool.
Yeah, I think I've driven one. I've driven an old Fisker Karma, and I've driven a new car.
The Karma Rivero.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did drive one of the old Karmas, and it was a car.
it was a car. That is certainly a car.
That is certainly one of the things that you can say.
It certainly is one of the cars of all time, for
It's
sure.
so weird because like those companies like Saturn and Saab, Mercury, like you can get all of those parts still.
Yeah. Because they're
And-
legacy manufacturers.
Yeah, that's true. But aren't they sourcing their parts from like legacy parts makers?
Well, doesn't
But
Saab
It's
still exist 'cause
Fisker's
they
not
build
Tesla.
trucks?
Like they didn't internalize the whole like.
Oh, Saab is not.
Production
I guess Saab
process.
is dead.
Yeah, Saab is dead.
Oh,
dead.
which,
Because nobody owned. That was their own company. Like nobody owned Saab. But like,
imagine still having a Saab.
Saturn and
That's
and
crazy.
Mercury were Chevy and Ford respectively. So like
right. Chris, the
Those-
dealer I worked at, you know the dealer, but where I worked before, we had a
Yeah.
Saab 9.5 Aero as a loaner.
What the? Why?
Ooh, what year?
It was like one of the last. It was like a 2013. It was like one of the last
Oh.
Saabs ever made.
Oh,
What?
that's just
Oh,
like a
that
G.
was
That was just like a GM
okay.
car at that point.
Essentially, yeah.
But why? That doesn't even make sense.
Your
didn't
guess is
even-
as good as mine. Imagine somebody pulls up in a Ferrari 430. Here's your loaner.
Dude,
I had to do that shit, man.
Dude. That's hilarious.
Oh god.
Pulling up in
Anyways.
a 14458 at the time.
and getting a last like a final gen Saab that has like 65,000 miles on it.
Oh yeah, buddy.
That's crazy.
It was either that or a first gen launch spec Ghibli.
Ooh, perfect. One of the best cars ever built.
Yeah, like we said, it is one of the cars of all time. Yeah, that Fisker shit is crazy though, man. I can't believe how poorly that car launch went.
Yeah,
Dude,
I don't know.
the people who have the Ocean have to like be so fucked.
There's like an ocean owners association club or whatever, because they're like trying to like band together to
Why?
like keep their cars on the road.
Oh my god.
So there's like
Well,
people like software engineers and like all these people that are like trying to work together to like create their own fixes for the car.
they have to because like these are like how much? What was the MSRP on an Ocean?
If you bought an
It's
Ocean
probably not
new
cheap.
when it came out, it was like 60 grand or more.
Okay, so these people are like, have $900 a month payments, and they're in these cars for what, 5 to 7 years? What's the average length of a car loan right now?
Actually 6 years, I feel like.
Yeah, it's 6 for sure.
Yeah, so Fisker Ocean started at 41, goes up to 64.
Well, did it really only wow, that's cheap. Okay, that's not that bad. I think the like I forget what the launch edition was called, but I think that one was like 70. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be cool. I think it's cool when like new brands launch because I like to see new competition. So it's kind of a bummer that it went so poorly, but
Jeez, man. Somebody who has, I just saw this Reddit article while I was looking at that. Somebody bought a Fisker for 69,000 and tried to sell it like a couple months later with 4,000 miles, and CarMax offered them 21,000.
Oh,
It's 2 months old. 69% depreciation in 2 months.
holy shit! And CarMax is gonna
Yikes.
sell that for how much? 32 or some shit like that.
you know what they're gonna do is not sell it at all because nobody
Yeah.
is buying them. Fisker fire sailed. Okay, this actually I do know. They like fire sailed like 5,000 units to like a it was either like a taxi company or like a government agency or something for $15,000 each. And these are
Jesus.
cars that had like 50 to 60k MSRPs.
That's why they went out of business.
They had to because they had to recoup
The cars
money
were probably
for
just
bankruptcy
sitting, yeah.
proceedings. Like they didn't have a choice. Nobody was going to buy them.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah.
Anyways, I thought that was funny. I found that a couple days ago. That article was like 2 weeks old, but so I don't know if that's been remedied or not. But
It's funny either way. It's just a crazy situation.
So Halo just had their championship,
HWC.
and they had some very interesting announcements about like the future of the studio and the game, which is really interesting. So they are, first and foremost, ditched the name 340 Industries and replaced it with Halo Studios. They I think they changed around some of their like high-ranking employees.
Well, a lot
Pretty
of
much
those
all of
people
them.
were gone. Yeah, the people that were like the problems have been gone for a couple of years.
Okay, so I'm not familiar with any of the names, so I didn't really like.
Chris and I
Anyways.
have probably invested too much time into caring about this shit, so
yes, definitely.
So they also are making the change to put Halo on Unreal 5, which is I think is cool. And
I agree.
that will be a good tell of them like
I agree,
actually
but I have some
trying
worries.
to go like I don't know how to go ahead. Go with your worries about that.
No, we'll finish what you were saying.
I think that from what I've read and how like I've seen people react to it, which people are not reacting well to it.
The change to Unreal?
Yeah, like there are some
Who is
people
not reacting well? Everything I've seen has been overwhelmingly positive.
I'm talking about like the whole thing. Like there are some people who are like, I think it was trashing some like a specific person about it. So I could be wrong on that, but anyways, all the stuff that I read, I believe it's a positive thing, and they are changing they restructured the company, the studio, so it shows that they're actually going to try to like, yes, they needed it, and they're going to actually try to make something good. And it's unfortunate that they had to change from the Slipspace engine, but it did have like 25-year-old components to it. And
Yeah.
Unreal will be a lot better because it's more traditional to be used.
It's also so flexible.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to use.
And for them to come out and straight up say like that they're working on like multiple titles shows the flexibility, because they're just gonna be able to use all the same assets and everything, so they can literally
get into that,
make games.
Yeah,
hopefully make them good, but at the very least make a product and deliver it that I'll play.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see where this goes. I mean, overall, I think the announcement they did was very, very good.
The video was great.
The video was great. The rebrand was absolutely needed because 343 is such a tarnished name at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
I do like the name 343 because it has actual context like to the game. So like that sucks a little bit. But
it's weird though, because 343 was a villain. I always thought that was kind of strange.
That is true.
Well, they were the villain all along.
Villain era, brother.
They were in their villain. They were villain all along.
Yeah, they kind of were.
I just don't like that they went with Halo Studios of all things.
I don't love that either.
It's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
In whatever amount of time that it takes for them to create the first game and they send out a banger, I'm not going to give a shit about them being called Halo Studios anymore.
This is so nitpicky, but I do not like this logo.
I don't either.
That's the logo that they chose for it. I didn't end up watching the video. I just read like the Halo waypoint.
I hope
I
to
do
God
not like that.
That
this
is not
logo.
Good.
No, I hope to God that this stays only with the studio and they don't like try to incorporate this into the game somehow, because it is much worse than the old logo.
Why didn't they just make the studio logo the same logo as Halo?
Yeah,
it's gorgeous. It's always been gorgeous.
You know what that reminds me of is a fucking Roblox ass logo.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
Wait, no, dude, Halo and Roblox,
dude.
Halo and Roblox.
But I can't stop playing Minecraft and Roblox.
Fuck.
What if we do Halo in Minecraft?
In Roblox. We could play 3 games at once, dude. Let's talk about content brain.
Dude, that's huge content brain right there. that is the most content I've thought of today, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to change that. They're gonna incorporate that into the game. It's gonna blind everybody.
No,
I don't think they'll change the actual game logo.
I would.
No, the logo. That's what I meant.
It's too like legendary at this point.
No, they're gonna. But the Halo Studios is gonna pop up when you boot.
Yeah, it'll be on. It'll be on the screen, but
screen.
It's fine. I mean, that's just such like a little. I mean, who cares? It's just a studio logo. It literally doesn't matter at all.
They probably
I don't care about the name of a studio whatsoever.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. But I mean, like,
when I first read that it was called Halo Studios, I was disgusted a little bit because it's boring, and 343 Industries was not a boring name.
Correct.
And neither was Bungie, honestly. Like, and then you come with like Halo Studios, like Microsoft Studios, they can do that.
Yeah.
But you don't have like Call of Duty Studios out there.
Yeah.
Like,
also, Bungie's so cooked, by the way. Bungie's cooked.
They should have just kept
it's Jover. It's Bunch over for them.
This is terrible. Stop. That's so bad.
What did they do?
I don't know. We don't have to get into it, but like Marathon, their game they're working on.
Oh yeah.
It's been like play tested a bunch, and everybody says it's like mid or bad.
Great. Great.
Oh, that's funny. What do you guys think about like the graphic like pictures? They're not like graphic, but you know what I'm saying.
They look phenomenal.
Yeah, that looks genuinely unbelievable.
Yeah, that looks like, so good.
This stuff is crazy looking. But like here's the thing with that.
Like the
is,
wind effects coming off the sand, like the snow.
This scene is fucking crazy too.
Yeah,
The flood scene. The thing
that
with
like
this though,
actually
is,
dropped my jaw.
obviously everybody knows Unreal 5 like has the ability to make, you know, graphics that look great like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand why they're showing like, oh look, Halo looks good in this engine. We're able to create like good looking scenes, but I feel like I'm less concerned about that and more concerned about like the actual game, because
Like
like I know
gameplay?
that they can, yeah, I know they can make it look incredible because all this stuff looks phenomenal. I mean, like the way that they did Master Chief
Dude,
and all these
that
like elites and stuff,
shit looks insane.
the energy sword looks crazy.
Yeah,
When the energy sword first popped up on the screen, where was it? Like somewhere over here. I was like, holy fuck, that looks so sick.
when it was like pulsing or whatever.
Yeah, like this little section right here, this animation. Like, dude, that's fucking crazy. But you know, like as much as they can flex graphics with this new engine, like we need a good game and not just a graphically excellent game, you know what I mean?
I did appreciate about that video, they were talking about how they were talking about how like what Halo was needs to be what Halo is now.
Yeah.
Which I think is, I don't know, talk is obviously bullshit. 343 used to say shit all the time. But it's good that the people that are in positions, like in high positions at the company, know what they need to do to some extent.
And it's gonna be interesting to see like how they translate that over to a new system, to a new engine. But also, like, it's funny you say that because, like, how long have you not trusted 343 for?
I think Infinite was
like,
kind of
was like the killer.
What fully killed
was
it
the
for
killer.
everybody, yeah.
So,
I mean,
5 years, 4 years,
three and a half.
So
Yeah,
for the last
for 3.
For the last 3 years, let's say like 343 has been, you know, basically like committed like game industry suicide or whatever.
And
no matter,
like,
no
I
matter,
don't think Infinite was trash.
It wasn't.
It's just that like it wasn't what it needed to be.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you 100%. I mean, I've played plenty of Infinite. It's fun. Like, it's frustrating. It's like every other like arena competitive like shooter. It's incredibly frustrating, but like the point I was trying to make is like Halo Studios is starting with zero trust.
Yeah.
Like they are like inheriting a product that everybody is basically like given up on, which is not necessarily true. Like us three have not given up on the franchise whatsoever, but
I don't think I ever, even if I tried, I don't think I could.
I won't. I literally like tattooed it on my body. It's not gonna it's not happening.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see if it happens is what you said, like is them saying that they know what they want and what they need. Is that true? Like, are they telling the truth? I think if you lay off a bunch of people from your company and then you pack it back up with like a whole new
talent,
like all talent, like,
dude, fucking they got rid of the people that were making terrible decisions. And that in and of itself is enough for me to be like, okay, we're moving in the right direction.
Like that gains trust. And so
a little bit.
But now,
they have
like,
oh, go ahead.
When do you want to see them make something?
So Sketch, the community manager, said that they'll be ready when they're ready, which is so lame.
So aside from that, like to like really like bring it
I have
back.
an early prediction, by the way.
Let's hear it. Toss it out.
Well, first of all, what do you get? They have multiple projects, which means it's more than 2. What do you think they are?
So they're definitely. It's interesting that they showed the Master Chief in his like first
CE
armor.
art style.
Yeah, the CE art style. It would be cool. I would be okay with a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 style remake of Halo, starting 1, 2, 3, or starting at Reach 1, 2, 3. But also, I would think that, like, if you just take that in a general sense, they're definitely doing something mainline story, like that
a
follows
sequel.
the Master Chief. Like, yeah, whether it's a sequel to Infinite or something along those lines. But they're also they got to be doing spin-off games. Like, I bet, like, they're probably gonna do like an ODST 2.
I hope so much that they do a new ODST.
Like, they do something like that, you know. And it would be even cool if they did like another game that like follows maybe a different perspective of like the Halo or like the UNSC and Covenant War, or they did like a followed at least another like Spartan or something doing something else.
Yeah, I think more story. The universe is so big. There's so many stories to tell. I think you're right. Like, here's my prediction. What I was gonna say. I think that every like rumor is pointing to the next gen of Xbox in 2026, which is a little early. I think that Combat Evolved Anniversary was not a remake. It was just like a remaster. It was just like a slight upgrade.
Yeah.
I think they will fully remake Combat Evolved for the 25th anniversary, which is 2026, and I think it will be a launch game for the next Xbox.
It's very smart for them to do that, and I also do think Pierre Hintz kind of hinted at that too. He did a interview with The Verge. And this is a quote from him. He said, "It's fair to say that our intent is that the majority of what we showcased in Foundry is expected to be in projects which we are building or future projects." And
which
a lot of that was very Halo 1 inspired.
It was that was all Halo 1
pretty
stuff.
much entirely Halo 1 inspired. So I think that that's a good idea too, and I agree with you that they'll probably end up doing that. And what would make sense is that way they can make sure that Halo runs functionally as Halo should in Unreal before they start developing the rest of the stuff.
Yeah,
because they're gonna have to like rebuild the physics and everything from Slipspace into Unreal.
I'm worried that it's not gonna feel like Halo.
That a lot of people are saying that, which
it's gonna feel like Fortnite.
Yeah, so that's like the biggest thing that a lot of people's concerns are that I'm seeing is like, how are you gonna make it feel like Halo, because the engines function so differently. But if they can pull off a Halo 1 remake,
dude,
before everything else, I think that they'll be able to like get it down to feel like Halo, you know what I mean?
Especially if it has Halo 1's multiplayer, dude. That would be insane.
Well, so speaking of multiplayer, I was watching a Mint Blitz video earlier, and he made a good point, and I think that this makes a lot of sense. Is they could do now, instead of a game with a multiplayer, launching a separate multiplayer that is standalone with no story content, and treat it basically like Fortnite or Warzone, and just continually build on a multiplayer. Because with them using Unreal, they don't have to update it every year. Unreal already updates itself, so they can essentially build a really solid foundation for multiplayer and then just continually update that. And then on the side they could do the spin-off games, or on the side they could do campaigns, and release those separately, and then just update the multiplayer that is the base multiplayer with those campaign updates or whatever comes out.
If they do that, the multiplayer portion at the very least is 100% going to be on PS5 and Switch 2.
I kind of hope it, but I don't know if it'll be on Switch. Dude, that'd be crazy if it doesn't.
Microsoft loves Nintendo.
I do hope that they bring it to PlayStation, honestly, if they go that route. Because
you hope they do?
I feel like there's no reason for them not to at this point.
I think it would kill Xbox would be done.
No, it doesn't matter.
Keep the campaigns exclusive, bring the multiplayer to the other one.
Okay, if they kept the campaigns exclusive, that would be good.
Smart.
But the leak that came out a few months ago was that the CE remake will be on PS5 and Xbox entirely, which I think would, for most people, be the end of Xbox consoles. Not Xbox as a brand, but Xbox consoles.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I just I think that as many people buy PlayStations, they buy Xboxes.
I mean, no. But
They don't.
Okay.
I think the PS5 is outselling the series consoles 3-1.
But no, okay. What I meant by that was the people who buy PlayStations will always buy PlayStations. The people who buy Xboxes will always buy Xboxes.
I think if Halo is on PS5 though,
would you buy a PS5?
I would just play it on PC. But console people,
okay, but you still have a Series X, so would you buy a PlayStation?
if there was if there wasn't a next gen Xbox, I think my only TV console would be Nintendo, because I just don't care about having a PlayStation.
Okay, so then,
which kind of proves your point, I guess.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to say it like that, but you would still if they came out with the next gen Xbox, you would still buy the Xbox.
Yes, I'm so invested in the ecosystem.
Yes, but so am I.
Everybody who has an
Xbox, all three of us are. Everybody who has an Xbox, and I grew up playing Xbox. I didn't have a PlayStation when I grew up.
I have literally in this room. I do with that.
I think more people should be able to play the game. I think as many people as they want should be able to play the game.
It would be very smart to definitely do multiplayer on both platforms at the very least.
If campaign stayed exclusive, I would think that would be the best case scenario, because it would still keep Xbox's brand strong within Halo, but it would also open multiplayer to a wider audience.
Yeah, I mean, it's safe to say that the next game is gonna have microtransactions, and if at that point I would much rather them build a game that is multi-year and long-lasting, continuously updated like Fortnite is.
Bro, Infinite's a 10-year plan, man. They're only 3 years in. They got 7 years to go.
Dude, I can't wait to be.
If we have to wait 7 years for another fucking Halo game that's not a remake,
I can't wait to play Halo Infinite Year 8 while Halo Studios has released their 7th Halo game, because they found the perfect formula to pump hot steaming 100% content, fucking quality, perfect video games out to people.
So 2026 is Halo CE 25th anniversary. But then 2027 is the 20th anniversary of Halo 3.
Yeah.
So I think it's not out of the question to say that we could get a remake of Halo 3 the next year.
I would love a remake of Halo 3. Genuinely.
I would I have been Googling mods for Halo 3 because I just want it to I want the cutscenes and the people to look better when I play the game. It would be
so sick if they remade Halo 3 in this.
Yeah.
I hope though that when they say multiple titles, that it's not oh yeah, we're remaking 1, 2, and 3, and then we have
2 doesn't need it. The anniversary of 2 looks totally fine. Yeah, 2 doesn't need it right now.
I don't want them to be remaking just those games and then we have one other game that's the original. I want them to do a spin-off like ODST, or a spin-off where you're playing as Jerome, or something.
Yeah.
If they did a game with Jerome on the Ark, dude, that'd be so sick. Because Jerome has been on the Ark for how long? And all of Fireteam or whatever it is on the Ark still. They could continue that story. They haven't even touched that, and they could do its own separate thing.
They could do the rest of what happened to Blue Team too.
Yeah, there's so many spin-off type.
Also,
games
fucking Locke. They could actually do something with Locke. Mm-hmm. Or did he die?
No, he didn't.
I actually don't. Okay, they could fucking do something with him.
Well, unless they killed him in a book, I don't know. But after the game, they just ignored his existence. So,
I mean, his armor and the way his character looked was so sick. It's just that his character was kind of stupid and nobody fucking cared about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't.
So they could make a game about him. That would be good. That'd be sick.
It'd be sick if they did a flood only type of game too,
like zombies.
There's so much potential for the universe. They just need to actually
Yeah.
take advantage of it. And I do think that Pierre Hintz is a good studio head from the experience that we've seen him do, like, because he basically saved MCC and he's really gotten it in a good direction for like the rest of Infinite after everybody else left. And
Yeah.
so, you know, I hope that
Is that why like everybody is like starting to praise Infinite and like all their updates because of him?
I mean, Infinite's in a pretty good spot.
It is. It's just that the game. I don't care to go back to it at this point.
It's too late at this point for it to be in this good of a spot. Like it needed to be in this spot like a year in at the latest. And I don't know, man. But
do you guys care about this
is very good, it seems, at saving the games. So I'm really interested to see what he does as studio head with new games.
Same.
The only thing that like sucks with that though is there was like another leak that came out like a month ago, and like Joe Staten was working on another Halo story, like an original Halo story, and they were building like the Tatanka, like the battle royale, to like collaborate with the story that Joe Staten was writing.
Yeah,
which would have been so sick. But then Tatanka got canned and Joe Staten got fired. For whatever reason, I don't know.
It's stupid.
I don't know why they included him in the layoffs of like the senior staff, because he like essentially made Infinite come out. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
That's
but
crazy.
And he wrote, what was it, Halo 1 or Halo 2?
I think both of them.
So like
at least one.
Him writing a whole story would have been so sick again, but I don't know. I really hope that I almost hope that they like drop everything that happened with 5 and Infinite again, which they kind of did with Infinite from 5, but like
they did. Dude, 5 Infinite has nothing to do with 5 at all.
Yeah, I almost hope that they kind of just can all that again, and just like I want them to do like 4 games in a row that are actually cohesive. But
yeah, well, Infinite's story wasn't even bad. Like I liked Infinite's campaign.
No, it was good, and it was fun, and it was fresh.
It was
too. Like the open world was, I mean, could have been.
It was
like,
a little
better.
samey.
Yeah, it was, and you basically were doing the same shit, but they had like all the good, like open world stuff. Like you had to fight bosses to get good guns, and then go fight your other bosses. But then it turned the campaign into being like, do 2 cool missions and then fight a boss.
It cut to me grappling up a mountain over and over and over and over because I don't feel like walking.
Yeah, like you have to get to the top of like the like beam like launchers, and you're just like grappling straight up the side of it.
It was fun. I did think it was very fun. I thought it was a fun campaign. And the story was like a massive cliffhanger, which definitely set itself up for DLC that never came out.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Love that.
And it's so funny because when the first actual season came out of Halo Infinite, they had this really cool like animation for it.
The first couple seasons, they were like, it was like a fucking story. And then they were like, actually, we're done with that.
They said, we're going to fire all the story writers.
And like it sucks so bad because like the platform of that Infinite is set up so well that like I remember wishing like the multiplayer and the campaign running side by side, so when they have like those season updates that they come out with like 4 missions that you play that are just like in the world.
Oh, like how Halo 4 did with like the what was
Spartan Ops.
Yeah, Spartan Ops.
Yeah.
Couple
missions.
The game had so much potential, man. Like
played it,
to do cool stuff like that, and they just fumbled it.
It sucks. I mean, I'm a huge supporter of like live service and like multiplayer platform games. And stuff like that.
Think if a live service game is done well, it can be great. But
I just don't think every game needs to be live service.
Do it well. The problem is they just don't do it well enough, so there's no point for it to be live service.
The best live service game is Fortnite.
Yeah. At this point, Infinite has no reason to be like live service. There's nothing happening. They're just adding new skins every couple months.
Yeah.
Do you guys care about the third person thing?
No.
I understand why people enjoy it, but it's again like, why didn't they do this 2 years ago? Like, it's too
Yeah.
late.
Yeah,
I don't think
why now? Yeah.
it's not going to bring players back to the game.
No, who cares? Like, no.
That's not something that, you know, that would bring anybody back.
No.
No, I don't care. I don't, it doesn't, yeah. I don't care. I was just curious what you guys thought.
There has been like rumors, though, I think that they've been basically like done with Infinite's development for 2 years, and like a large majority of the studio has been working on the new stuff.
Yeah.
So they could potentially be like 2 years in already on all these new projects. I know that
Dude,
a lot of that was probably learning on Unreal 5,
Yeah.
but
If we get an Xbox console and a Halo announcement at like Summer Games next year, I will freak out.
I will be swiping my credit card as quickly as possible.
Yeah, dude.
Like
That like $800 that it'll inevitably will be out of
done,
my account.
dude,
And I've talked so much
instantly.
shit. I've talked so much shit about the PS5 Pro.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter.
No, I don't think it'll be 800. I think it'll be like 600.
Halo Combat Evolved 25th Anniversary Bundle Edition. It's like,
Oh yeah, dude. So,
I don't know.
forget about it.
It's got like the back of the Halo design on the whole thing, and the light is blue, and then the
And it comes with the handheld too, and it's $1,000.
controller is the same thing, blue lights, and then you get the game digital, pre-downloaded. That's pretty nice.
Not, dude, as if it would be pre-downloaded.
Pre-downloaded.
No thing is
And-
ever pre-downloaded.
The handheld makes it 1,000, and it is the same design. Matte gray. and
Yeah, that would be out
blue
of
light.
my account in a matter of probably less than 1 minute.
Botting to get the new Xbox bundle.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
I think if like when Summer Games and they do that, I think we're gonna have a whole like hour and a half podcast talking about it.
Oh, dude, I mean, by that time we'll be at like, we'll be coming up on 50.
Yeah.
So
50
we could
million
do
subscribers.
Yeah, 50 million
50
subscribers.
billion subscribers.
Whoa. 50
I know, dude.
billion
That's
subscribers.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Imagine how many beers we'll have drank by then.
No bots, right?
Huh?
No bots.
What's that?
No bots.
I don't know.
Okay. Brother.
No bots, man. No bots.
Okay, it's all 50 billion real people.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
God.
perfect. Well,
One person for every beer I'm gonna have between now and then.
You're gonna have to step it up, brother.
Oh, trust me, I have been.
How many you rocking these days?
You think this is ghost hydration? This is beer.
How many beers you rocking these days?
what are you averaging?
Today I kind of crushed. I was actually I woke up at 11:59 p.m. the day before. And I started a little bit early, so I think I'm at, what is it, 11:22? Yeah, I'm at about 2.6 mil today. I kind of went hard.
2.6.
Damn, dude.
Bro, the beginning of the
One
episode
for
we said
every
a
dollar
goal.
Microsoft paid me today for being a shill.
Dude, I love my Microsoft
We
products.
set a goal at the beginning for 1.2 million today, and you're over double that.
Well, I can't speak for your guys' beer consumption.
I'm constantly consuming beer. Except I woke
I would
up
hope
late.
so.
I woke up late today. I woke up at 12:01.
Oh no, dude, you were behind.
I was behind, but I quickly made that up because I had pre-packed my car full of beer last night, so I could continue to drink it while I'm driving. Saves me some time.
That
was
feeling
like,
when you see your keys in your pocket after you've had about 1.6 million beers.
Time to drink 200,000 more on the drive home.
yeah,
Exactly right, dude. It's a great feeling.
just to make up from it.
Oh, I'm crying.
Well, right on schedule. We're at an hour 27.
Chris said he wanted this to be an hour and 15 minutes.
Here we
Well,
are.
I knew the
again.
Halo stuff would take us. Obviously, we're not going to get to our Halo tier list, but
Reach S tier.
no, don't don't do it now. Halo Spartan Assault S tier, Halo Spartan Strike S
What?
tier,
Yeah,
Fireteam
Halo
Raven
Wars,
S tier,
S tier, Halo Wars 2 S tier.
Atari 2600 Halo S tier,
Yeah, and then
MCC F tier.
F tier, yeah. ODST F tier.
Yeah.
What? No, stop.
Halo 3 F
What
tier.
did you just say?
Halo 4 F tier.
S tier.
Oh, I love Halo 4.
Halo 5
S plus tier.
C tier.
I also love Halo 5.
No.
Halo Infinite is S Pro Plus tier.
S Pro Plus, just like the Volkswagen ID4.
Yes. Which I have.
Here's
I
my
own that.
Spitfire for you. Reach S tier. Halo 1.
I made
We
all
should
mine up. by the
actually
way.
do- I think we
made
should
all mine
actually
up.
do it.
All mine was fake. Mine was all fake.
Okay, I'll save it.
Yeah, mine was also fake.
Chris is like, having too much content. He's exuding content right
Yes, I'm big content brain at the moment.
now. Thanks for listening, everyone. It was a fun episode. I'm sure that
As always.
the other two gentlemen have something to plug, but this
Why
is
is Chris
the brothers.
laughing?
This is the brothers Prampcast.
I was thinking about how you said thanks for tuning in at the end of the last one.
Hey, thanks for tuning in.
Oh my god.
Make sure to tune in next week for another episode.
Oh my god, bro.
Just go ahead and drop a like and subscribe down below. Ring the bell. It really helps us out. Allows us to make you more new content. I also am a big fan of my constituents liking my videos, our videos. I mean, so please go ahead and like our videos as well. No dislikes. That's frowned upon in the society a little bit. Like I wouldn't. So just go
Like
ahead
we
and drop,
get it. You guys literally
Yeah.
are choking on the dick of Sony as hard as you can.
Yeah.
But please, no dislikes. We can't take those at this time.
dude. Like we're getting 1-2 likes an episode. We really need to like stave off on the. So just bell, subscribe,
God.
like
Dude, God.
on TikTok and Shorts. Repost us or however that works on.
Make sure to
YouTube.
share on X, the Everything app, for all
Share
your
on
friends and
X.
fans.
Yes, any of the people that are on Blue Sky, get it on there. Let the Brazilians know. I don't even know if they can have Twitter back or something, but that's where they all move to. So they'll have fun with us on Blue Sky. TikTok. What else do we got?
TikTok.
That's it.
Threads.
You didn't even say Instagram, man.
Yeah, well, our Instagram is
It's
popping off at levels nobody's seen before.
Yeah.
So
That's why I didn't mention it, because everybody already knows about our Instagram already. So
Yeah, 75 trillion followers.
yeah, so really focus on TikTok. It's really swipe up, swipe down, likes and comments, saves even. I can see how many people save posts. So
CJ just downloaded TikTok today, so he's really all about learning how to use it.
I did. This is the first time I've ever had TikTok on my phone. Oh god. It's playing one of our videos at full volume. Look, we're getting massive amounts of engagement right there. 2 comments, 13 likes, 230 views.
Thanks, guys.
If you could,
That one flopped.
Just go ahead and hop on there and take some looks and some shots.
Beej or otherwise.
Siege dot
And-
or otherwise.
Stop or otherwise.
Again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.